Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? As humans, we have our own map of the world, and this means having your own reality, the way that you view life, other people, and yourself. But we don't always realize how our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts affect how we perceive things on a daily basis. Because if you are attracting negative thoughts and negative feelings the whole day, every day, then you are going to feel negative. You're going to think negative, and negativity runs at such a low frequency, which means such a low level of energy that you're always tired, always drained, always frustrated, always in a bad mood, never really having any relief. And negative thinking really impacts your reality. If you are constantly thinking about the bad things and catastrophizing everything in your mind, then you're going to see life as this catastrophe, as this big problem. If everything is a problem, then you won't find solutions. You need to look for the solutions. And yes, we have negative thoughts as humans. You can be a perfectly happy, healthy human being and still have negative thoughts. There is no escaping negative thoughts. They will always be there. But the thing is, you choose which thoughts you engage in, which thoughts you give attention to. Do you allow them to take control of you, or do you just let them pass you by? Because if we keep engaging in negative thoughts, it's going to create a negative mindset, and we'll start viewing ourselves and the world and other people in a very negative light. It's important that you understand that negative thinking affects your map of the world, how you see your reality, what you believe, and how you feel every single day. And having negative thinking eventually skews what is actually true, because you accept truths that aren't true. You accept the fact that you're not smart enough, you're not fast enough, you're not this, you're not that, and you create these limitations out of these negative thoughts until you're not able to do this because you think you can't. And that's what holds us back in life, is our negative thinking, because negative thinking often skews what is actually true about you and life. Yes, you need to seek your own truths, but look at them for what they are, truths. Don't make up lies about yourself. You will always feel negative and in a bad mood if you constantly pay attention to negative thoughts. You will not feel any relief, you will not feel good, you will not feel better. You will struggle every single day with energy, motivation, and you will struggle to put in consistency every single day because you are negative and in a bad mood. And usually what that does is it decreases your ability to deal with high emotional events and situations. Your tolerance for very volatile emotions, when you have a very negative thinking, it drops, and you're not very tolerable of negative emotions and negative thoughts. And that's usually when we repress these negative thoughts until they cycle around in our minds and we find ourselves stuck in this negative perspective. Negative thinking drains you. As I said, it runs at such a low energy frequency that you never have energy, you never have a spring in your step, you're never happy about anything. You just kind of run at this low energy. You're not particularly happy or excited or looking forward to anything. You're just running at this very low frequency. And eventually you will feel worthless. When you struggle with negative thinking, you will struggle with your relationship with yourself, because you will believe things about yourself that isn't true. And eventually this will lead you to believe that life is meaningless and that you don't have purpose, because you are constantly telling yourself these things. So work on your relationship with yourself. Stop being so critical and encourage yourself. And negative thinking really breaks down your natural thinking process until every thought in your mind is negative. So stop focusing on the negative, focus on more positive things, and understand that negative thinking heavily impacts the way you see the world, yourself, and other people. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. See you next time.